Hello everybody and welcome to Decoding the WSL, the podcast dedicated to the stats and facts in the WSL. Today we've got a Decoding the Match episode for you. If you're listening on Spotify, you can enjoy it, but you'll get a much better experience if you head over to the YouTube channel and join us there. I'm your host, Sam Biccarino, and today you can see I'm at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for Spurs against Chelsea in the WSL. Chelsea have lost their last two WSL games in a row. First time for quite a while that's happened. Spurs, however, are on a much better run of form, especially at home. 5 games since they last tasted defeat. Can they keep it up today? We're going to have to wait and see. It's a really big game because I think this time last season you would expect an easy Chelsea win and you wouldn't really think much of it. But both of these teams are 1 point apart in the table and really going for Champions League places. A loss for either team will put them probably into 5th place by the end of the day and really far behind that sort of 2nd and 3rd place spot. So both teams know they need a win. A draw might cut it, but really they need a win. It's going to be really competitive. I'm certainly looking forward to it. I'm going to bring you along with me. Okay, we're in the stadium now. We've got about 20 minutes to go until kickoff. And the atmosphere is looking good. There was quite a few people outside before the game. And yeah, this stand that I'm sat in at the moment, on the same side as the dugouts, is looking pretty good. In the far corner, we can see all the Chelsea fans that have been separated off into their own section, which is a bit strange to see, but no, I quite like it. It's good. There's a good atmosphere here. I think both sets of fans are looking probably a bit nervy for this game, but feeling confident, feeling like they can get a win. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. We've got the BBC out on the pitch ready to go. We've had a little presentation. Ella Morris has been out on the pitch, and I am really looking forward to this. This has very much been my game of the weekend. We've seen, a few minutes ago, Arsenal 1, Man City 0, full-time score. That is going to be a big result in the race for the Champions League places, and it does mean that, well, not for sure, but chances are that if this game's a draw, it's going to do very little for either team. Both teams need a win to stay in the race for a Champions League spot, so expect a good one.
Number 22 is a first stop for Hannah. Number 32, Toka. Number 15 is Clare Hunt. Number 6, Amanda Leonen. Number 25, Evelina Simonon. Number 8 is Celia Dorset. Number 13, Matilda Lindberg. Number 11, Olivia Holt. Number 41, Julie Blakstad. And number 9, our captain, it's Bethany England. Let's get behind the team. Come on, you Spurs!
Little update, we're just about almost 20 minutes into the game. It's still 0-0. But it's been a really good 0-0 so far. Chelsea have had the majority of the possession, probably about 2/3, 3/4, something like that. But Spurs are the one that's having the bester of the chances. I don't think Chelsea have actually had it. I'm just having a look at the stats now, actually. Yeah, Chelsea have had 1 shot on target, which was a... Yeah, I think both players ended up on the floor, one trying to block the shot, one trying to take it. It wasn't the best chance. Whereas Spurs are looking a lot more like the team that are going to score. Olivia Holt in particular is looking fantastic. She's on the ball right now and causing Chelsea problems. Ellie Carpenter, Naomi Girma, both struggling to deal with her. The Spurs play the ball in, Signa got it, has her shot blocked, got it again. And it's out for a corner. Sorry, I thought that might have been a goal there while I was recording. It's been a fantastic game so far, and I can't see this being 0-0 for too much longer, but I'll see you for an update in a bit. First half has finished and it's Spurs 0, Chelsea 1. Not a result that I thought we were going to go into half time with when I last spoke to you, but The Chelsea pressure has started to come a bit. I think Spurs aren't attacking with quite as much freedom as they did in the first sort of quarter of the game. Second quarter has been mostly Chelsea. Kira Walsh getting the opener with a sort of second phase from a corner. Ball got whipped in, came back out to her. She slotted it home through a bit of a crowd of players. I think Lisa Kopp saw it late. I'm not sure if it got a deflection. I'm not seen replay properly of it yet, but it's been probably a first half that Chelsea are comfortable with. I think a first half performance that Spurs would be all right with, but they know they've got more work to do. And I think we've seen from the sort of start of that half that Spurs can go out here and do something against Chelsea. Will they do it in the second half? Let's wait and see. We're about an hour into the game now, second half is underway, and Chelsea have come out much the better team so far. There was a half-time substitution with Lexi Potter coming on for Kira Walsh, a sub that I thought was a little bit strange because there wasn't anything about Kira Walsh's play that particularly seemed like she needed to come off. So with it being such a close game and Kira Walsh playing quite well, wasn't quite sure why she's come off, but you know, Lexi Potter's looking all right so far. She's made a few good passes, things like that. The sort of thing you'd expect, and she's in that very much like holding midfield role, running the game. We've also seen Sondi Baltimore warming up. She's about to come on for Chelsea. But yeah, Chelsea taking a... Oops, sorry, that was another attack there. Chelsea 2-0 up now, thanks to Alyssa Thompson scoring not long after half-time started. And yeah, Chelsea are very much deserving to be winning this half. They've been much the better team since the half-time break. And it's Lauren James that's coming off Sondi Baltimore. We'll see how the rest of this game goes. I think if there's going to be any more goals, it's probably going to be Chelsea at the moment. Come to you with about 10 minutes to go in the game still, and it's gone a bit quiet, a bit flat. No more goals have gone in. There's a few subs that have happened. Spurs made a triple sub, trying to sort of, you know, maybe get back into the game, get something changed, and then brought Araya Dennis on separately, and they've not looked terrible, but it's not really changed the state of the game much. We've just got a little bit of an injury break now as Millie Bright is being treated after being... I think it might have been a foul in the end, but quite a heavy challenge from Katinka Thunberg. But it's looking like one of those games that's just going to die out now, and it's going to finish the last 10 minutes. Neither team's going to score. Might not be many shots at all, but let's see what goes on for the rest of the game. That's the full-time whistle here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Spurs 0, Chelsea 2. A huge result in qualifying for Champions League football next season. Chelsea will obviously hope to do that by winning the Champions League, but if they don't manage that, they've taken a big step today and get to third place. And Spurs, I feel sorry for them because they started the game really well, but I think after that performance today, that third place is going to be just a little bit too far out of their grasp. A big win for Chelsea. One of those games that just shows how ruthless they can be, because they took their chances when they came. They didn't get loads of them. They probably should have created a bit more. And then in the second half, they really shut up shop. They did not give Spurs much and tweaked their tactics a little bit, and Spurs just couldn't deal with it. It was a solid win for Chelsea today, I think, and they'll be very happy with that performance. Thanks for talking to us. You had the most key passes and won the most aerial duels in the game today. Did you feel like it was quite a physical battle?
Yeah, it was. I think in the first half that we created a good amount of chances, and when we don't score, I feel like the goals change the game, and when they had that one goal, we probably get a bit down, but I feel like it's a positive first half and we can build on that, but at the same time quite disappointed that we didn't get away with something from this game. Yeah,
but I bet it's although it's a bad game, it's a good season so far. The distance from where you are now compared to where Spurs were last season, you must be really proud of how the team is doing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a great season, and we're still up there and competing, and I think that's the positive thing to take away. And I think also it's positive that we feel like we could take more from this game, because Chelsea is a really good team and they won the season the last couple of years, so it's a good game. Yeah.
It was a really good defensive performance today. Chelsea gave you quite a lot, but you actually made the most clearances in the game today, which I think shows how much pressure you were under. Do you think that given how much Chelsea made you work for it today, you actually defended quite well?
I think as a group we did defend well. I think the second half we were a bit more front-footed, which is I think what Martin wanted from half-time. So the 2 goals, obviously a set piece where we can be better, and a ball in behind which I don't think dealt with as best as we could. So I think we just got to look at the chances that Chelsea created and look to build on those moving forward and see what we can improve on in those senses. But I think we had opportunities in the first 30 minutes, so I think we need to capitalise on them in future games when we get given the opportunity. So a bit disappointing for the result, but I think overall there's some positives to take from the performance.
Yeah, we were saying earlier that you looked the much better team in sort of the first quarter of the game. Today was a little bit different to normal, where you normally have more possession than your opposition, but Chelsea had about 2/3 of it today. Did you feel comfortable being the team with less possession today?
I think we enjoy having possession, but also I think we've got to recognise that sometimes when we don't, we can still be comfortable in what we're doing. And I think we sat in a really decent block in the first half and took our transition moments and actually played through them a few times. So I think we did well in the first, I would say, like 30 to 35 minutes before the first goal. So yeah, I think there's plenty to take in a positive light and also plenty to work on.
Cool, thank you very much.
Thanks, cheers.
So there you go, a word from some of the players as well. It's a fantastic day at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for Chelsea, unfortunately not for the home team, and it's a big result, like I said, in the race for Champions League football next season. Chelsea might make it through anyway by winning the Champions League, but we'll have to wait and see what comes from there. Regardless of what happens today, I think Spurs are having a fantastic season so far. You can hear more about it on our review show, which will be out tomorrow. Make sure to follow Decoding the WSL wherever you get your podcasts, especially on YouTube for the best experience. See you soon.